Good day, YouTube. This is another edition of Throwback Friday, where we have a look at the new versus the old. So in this particular edition, we have Linux Mint latest release 19.3 on the left. But then we've also got Linux Mint 7 on the right, codename Gloria, as you can see there. Now I'm having some issues with some packages and some accessing some servers. As you might guess, they don't exist anymore, so I can't make it full screen on the right. Long story short there. But having a look on the left, we actually have the Cinnamon desktop environment here, which is nice and refined, a little bit Windows 7, Windows 10-esque, depending on how you like to have a look at that there. And then on the right, we've actually got GNOME. Linux Mint surprisingly did use GNOME from about Linux Mint 2 to Linux Mint 12. Then Linux Mint 13 and up to now was the Cinnamon, the homegrown desktop environment that we can beautifully see here, which a lot of people like. It gets a lot of props for. That's great. But yeah, we were working with GNOME. It's got that GNOME flavor feel to it, just like some of the Ubuntu GNOME back in the day. Of course, it was based on Ubuntu as well, roughly version 9.04. And the reason why I've selected the Linux Mint 7 is because it is in fact about 10 years to the day old. So why not do a 10-year-old Throwback Friday, hey? So we keep on moving on, and what we would like to see is probably what we're dealing with when it comes to the window manager or the file manager itself. Now this is using Nautilus, old version, obviously. It's pretty bare bones looking, like some of the old versions would be. But let's jump across to what we've got current day, and we've got Nemo, which to be honest can be used a little bit interchangeably, but just having a look at the two, one is just beautifully seamless, much newer. The other one is like some low-end Thuna file manager system that's still currently available on Linux there as well. If we were to punch into some of the terminal information here, now this might be a bit difficult to do because I can't load certain things, but let's just clear the screen here and type in an old command here, and we'll see that we're running on a very old kernel, the 2.6 kernel, or 2.x let's call it, because it was around for quite a long time and it just didn't change. Over time, at least for the evolutionary, well, from the number standpoint, it's come quite a long way there. But not to mention, it does provide support for a lot of extra hardware these days, a newer kernel, so that's pretty important there as well. Let's see, so in terms of, so we've got the kernels, it did actually run on 64-bit, which is pretty good, 2009, something that you would expect anyway. These days, Linux Mint and Ubuntu are pretty much only going to run on 64-bit, which is perhaps a shame. I like what they did with the wallpaper, although not something that I'd really normally get into, just because it's, it's a wallpaper, you can always download whatever you want there. But yeah, basically we've got an older kernel, different older file manager system, desktop environment, so not running the Cinnamon on the right hand side, Linux Mint 7, so that's a bit of a shame, but hey, just a couple of short versions later they did switch to the default Cinnamon there long term, so they're nice to see. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to have a quick, simple look at the old versus the well as part of a Throwback Friday. So, yeah, appreciate you watching. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and all of those nice things. So, thanks for watching.